Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do some Valentine decor, and I don't do a lot in the way of Valentine's Day because I don't sell a lot and I don't decorate much for it myself, but I like to have a little something for those who do. And heart templates are very easy to make. You just decide the size that you want, obviously. And I just had a big greeting card and then cut out 1/2 of the heart to make my whole heart. And we all learned that back in grade school. So you can make your heart any shape you want or any size you want. But this is about what I wanted. I think this is probably in the neighborhood of about 6 inches tall. And I had this old quilt that is just plain neutral on one side, and then on this side it just has just a very faint red floral. And so I thought this would be good for some of my hearts. And my sister had these beautiful curtains that she brought me some of, and I'm going to make some out of this. Now you could make your template the size that you're going to cut it and then include the seam allowance in that size. But since my card wasn't big enough, it didn't allow for that size, so I'm just going to trace my seam allowance just out from the card. So I just traced it, and then I'll cut on that line rather than cut it the size of this heart. This heart is actually the size that I want the heart to be once it's stuffed. And this is also some beautiful fabric that Tammy brought me. And so I'm going to make some out of this. And I just absolutely love this color. And I think the great thing about these, now I'm going to make these as bowl fillers, but I think the great thing about this is that it's not limited to Valentine's Day. So I'm not making these in the colors that limit them so much, and I'm just going to make these very versatile and more of a shabby chic look on some of them so that you can decorate just any time of the year. Now what I'm going to do here is add this piece of lace, and I have even one raw edge that doesn't bother me whatsoever. I actually like that look. So I'm cutting one on for each side, just a little bit larger than the heart. And then I will pin it and cut it out to fit. So now I'm having one on both sides. And what I'll do is my sister actually talked me into getting a sewing machine for the shop. And so I just went to Walmart and got a very simple sewing machine. And actually got a smaller one, but I made sure to get it in Singer. That way if something happened to it, she can fix it. And I'm trying to stay away from it all that I can because I just don't have very good luck with sewing machines. I tend to mess up the tension, and then I have a problem getting it fixed. And she said that if that happens, she can fix it, and she's determined to teach me to use it right. So we'll see how that goes. But today, she is doing all the sewing. Now, on some of these hearts, I'm going to add a pocket. So I had this lace sheer here, or lace curtain panel rather, and it has a raw edge there. So I'm just pinning that down. And then I'm just going to glue that with some hot glue, and so that I'll have a finished edge so that I can make my pocket. So I just cut a bunch of these and then just kind of decorated each one of them. And sometimes I'll be cutting kind of out of order, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is just play some music while you guys watch me do this. It's almost like a hang tag video. I'm just going to take a bunch of these hearts that that are going to be put together, and then just add to them. Some of the things I have to add before Tammy sews them together, and then some things I'll just be adding afterwards. So most of that I'm not going to need to explain through, and I will just kind of jump in when I need to explain something that I'm doing. And don't be surprised if I'm out of order on some things, but I'm just kind of doing them as it works out for me to do them. Now this is one that Tammy just sewed, and I did a pocket on that one. So what I'm doing with all of these is just getting them ready for Tammy to sew together. So again, there's some items that need to be put on before she actually sews them together, and you'll see her come and get it, and then I'll start doing another one, and that's just the system that we had going. So we got to that point, and then both of us started decorating some of them. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I am folding my fabric so that I'll have both sides to match. And I'm sure you already figured that out, but I didn't want to confuse anyone. And yes, this is a baby burp cloth that I'm making this one out of, and it even has a stain or two, but that doesn't bother me because I'm going to be adding some embellishments. And obviously this is one after Tammy has sewed her part. So I'm just kind of trimming up the edges where I feel like maybe the seam allowance can be a little bit shorter. And then I'm going to take my finger sander and go all the way around it and really, really rough up those edges. That's just what I found that works better. But if you found a better way to rough up those edges, then whatever works for you. But this is just, to me, what works better. Now, the good thing about adding a pocket to these is they can be given with a gift. You could stick a gift card down inside or a letter. I have men come in my store a lot because we are at a landscape yard, and they'll come in a lot of times wanting a gift for their significant other, and it's real hard sometimes to steer them in a good direction. So this, I can always tell them if they just want to put her little note in there, or some candy with a gift card, or just anything, then this will present really well, and it'll look more thought out than just getting a gift card. Now I was gifted this beautiful, very aged antique linen fabric, and it works perfectly for stamping on because it's very smooth, and it tears very easy, and that's what I wanted to give this a torn look. So I just did my little stamp on this and then tore it out, and I'm going to add that, and I'm using just a dark pink ink here. And actually, when I'm at thrift stores, if I find ink in different colors, I get it. It doesn't have to be the Stays On in this case. It won't bother it at all that it's not quite as permanent. It's still going to stay. And I stuck a piece of costume jewelry down in this one to kind of plant the idea that someone could give a piece of jewelry to their significant other in it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless you and your family.